When you and your family walk into a living room, what you want to feel is your home. You have to fit so many things into this one space. It's got to be your entertaining space. It's got to be your family room. It's got to be a relaxation space. And yet, let's face it, relaxing is completely different to entertaining. So bringing those two things together and making them work takes a little bit more thought. Comfort is really important, but interestingly, it's also very subjective, because what I find comfortable, someone else really may not. Having too many cushions that are overly plumped, there's nothing worse than a cushion that feels like a rock. If you are going to have cushions, and they are there not just for decorative reasons, but they're also there to help people who are perhaps less tall than other people so that they support their backs, then, have them as soft cushions. Make sure they're not overstuffed. There are lots of small things that you can do that can make everybody a little bit more comfortable. If you're going to have coffee table books in that area, it's quite nice to have those books also accessible. So to have them on the lower shelves rather than have them right at the top where it's going to be hard for people to reach. You can mix in color coordinating books, and you can have some of your children's books or your partner's books or your own books, or you can buy beautiful decanters and have them displayed as almost a piece of artwork. It's quite nice to have things that do represent your real life and are reflective of who you are and who the rest of the people in the home are. Add in something unexpected. Redesign it so that it works within that space. It probably ends up looking more authentic and more of an enjoyable space for everybody. The television is a really dominant part of a space. So whether you have a small one or a big one, the moment it's there, the focus is the TV. If you are conscious of family time, and if you do want to inspire more family time, then either do try and find a way to conceal the unit when it's not being used, or do try and see if you can zone out different spaces to have some extra family time. What's really lovely about greenery is that actually it just feels a little bit more alive. I think you don't have to stick to any particular rule when it comes to having fresh flowers or faux flowers or dried flowers. I think you've got to do what works for you. It's quite nice if you do think that you want some greenery in your room to consider it not as an afterthought, but actually initially, so that you have that in mind, because if you have a faux tree or a real tree, it does take up a good amount of space. So you've got to know where you might put that and plan that into your space in advance. A living room is the one space in a house where there isn't an assigned functionality. It's a very independent space, a unique space, a place that doesn't feel forced and that feels like home.